Hi, my name is Jackie, and I'm here to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you sort of the most recent one that has had a big impact on my life. I was hiking with some girlfriends on the largest mountain in Maine. It's called Katahdin, and it was a regular day. We got there early. We hiked up about 3.5 miles, and the weather got inclement, like it does on Katahdin. And so with the 50-mile-an-hour winds and the weather and all the elements that were coming at us, we decided to turn around and go back down. So then we were about 1.5 miles from the bottom, and we were hot because now it's really gorgeous because we're in Maine, remember? And so we got really hot and we decided to take a swim. We were at Katahdin Stream and we decided to go in, and 2 of my girlfriends got in, and the fourth girlfriend was trying to take our picture, and I was trying to get in, and I could not get in that water because the only reason that it's not frozen is because it's flowing downhill. And this is August in Maine. So I get in the water, and just as I get in the water, my girlfriend says, "Jackie, smile. I want to take your picture." And just like that, my hands went to my head, and I said, "I can't. Something's wrong." And I was immediately experiencing the worst headache of my life, and my head felt like it was going to blow off. You don't get plucked off the mountain. You don't just dial up your cell phone and have things work. But I can tell you that God was with us that entire day. He was with us every moment, every single step, every single raindrop, every single breath of wind. He got us to turn around, which put us closer to the bottom. People think when you have injuries and sustain accidents and things like that in the woods that you just get plucked off the mountain. Maybe that's true if you're on the top, but we weren't on the top. God's grace was cell phone actually worked for a couple of minutes, so one of my girlfriends could call her husband who works at Medcare ambulance. I was carried down by some through hikers that had been on the hunt trail that day. They carried me to the bottom. We were 45 minutes from the gate. We met the ambulance at the gate. The ambulance took me to Millinocket Hospital. And I was there for a very short time. And then they took me by another ambulance to Bangor Hospital, and then they life flighted me to Massachusetts General, where I had brain surgery. They discovered that I had had a ruptured brain aneurysm, and only by the grace of God am I here today, because I hear that people, when they have ruptured brain aneurysms in their living room, they drop dead. And I didn't drop dead. I dropped, but I didn't drop dead. So people often ask me, "You must have been so scared." Well, actually I wasn't, because I know God. I have the peace that passes all understanding. You know, I was basically out of it, but I would have these seconds or moments where I actually could see things going on around me, but had no way to communicate. And I woke up the next day at the hospital, and I was like, I'm here? I really thought I had died, but I lived. As you can see, I lived. And I know a lot of people. God has blessed me with some incredible people in my life, and a lot of them. And I would get cards while I was in the hospital. And I had a nurse that was not so friendly. Maybe she didn't have God, or maybe she just had a really rough life. I don't know her story, but she would bring my cards in, and quite a few of them on a regular basis. And finally one day she just said, "Who are you anyway?" Like she thought I was somebody famous, and I'm not. And I got to say to her, "I am a daughter of the awesome King. I'm a daughter of the King, and I'm still here." And when I came home and I was recuperating, and I said to my husband, "I just want to know why, I kept trying to figure out why am I still here? Like, why did he spare my life?" And I want to help people. And my husband said, "Maybe you're just supposed to do more of what you already do." And by the grace of God, I am still here. I have a scripture that, because of my brain injury, I can't necessarily, most of the time, not even necessarily once in a while, but remember things because of my brain injury. But I don't let that stop me. The enemy wants me to use that as an excuse not to get in the scripture because I can't remember anyway. So I just keep putting one foot in front of the other and I keep trying. And so 2 Timothy 2:3 says, "You therefore must endure hardship as a good soldier." Like, we will have trials, we will have trouble, we will have tribulation in this life, but I know how this ends, and I hope you do too. And Philippians 4:6 and 7 and 8, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God." Talk to him. Let him know let him know that you love him and that you need him and that you want him in your life. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, people, will guard your hearts and mind through Jesus Christ. Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. I am here for a reason and a purpose, and I do not always know what it is, but I know that I'm here for God's purpose. And I joke about this because, what else can you do? I say, when this all happened, God said, "Oh, no, I'm not ready for that one yet. You keep her down there for a while. I still have more work for her to do." And I'm here to do his work, and I am too blessed to be stressed and too anointed to be disappointed. Thank you.